The thing that I've come to learn starting out my business is that you can do so much by yourself. There's so much that you can teach yourself. Social media, it does take a minute. Everything has a learning curve, but you can do so much for yourself in the beginning before you get help, and until you actually know which way the business is going, until you actually see what's going to make sense. My name is Jennifer Odera and I'm the founder of T&Co. Some people call it T&Co because the logo is T&Co and my handle is Drink T&Co. So many people say Drink T&Co, but it's T&Co. T&Co is a business that I began because I'm very passionate about tea. So I registered the business in 2018. And I had been looking for what to do because I had just moved home, and I think the best way to start a business is to actually identify the opportunity and then go from there. T&Co essentially has a gifting service, which is customized gifting, and we have a tea line, which is sip bowl teas. The tea line is an all African tea line where all the loose leaf teas are sourced in Kenya and the spices are sourced around Africa. Last year, I'm one of the businesses that I guess did better in the pandemic in terms of I was having trouble getting people to shop online on the site. Everybody wanted to DM or find out if you have a physical space and come and meet you in person. But with the pandemic, people just naturally started going to the website, and I was like, finally, transactions happen without human interaction. My experience financing my business has been challenging. I have had to bootstrap the entire way. I moved home and I had some savings, so I started with that. And I've been trying to just grow very slowly because that's what you can do when you finance yourself. And so it's meant that I'm not growing as fast as I'd like to grow. And so what happens is I seek financing from friends and family. So I borrow some money as a credit line and I pay it back in a given period of time. So far, because it's not insane amounts, I'm not being charged interest, and I'm very privileged to have that opportunity. But really it's just putting all the money the business makes back into the business. So only this year in February did I start paying myself. Up until then, every single cent was going back into the business for it to carry on working. But the dream is a much bigger dream and it's a much bigger plan. And so for that, I will need formal financing. And that too has been a challenge because as we know in East Africa, only 10% of businesses with indigenous founders are really getting any real investment that's formal. That is very daunting. I take part in business competitions, I go and pitch investors. I just do everything I can do to make sure that T&Co is getting the financing it needs. And as an entrepreneur, you just have to stay hopeful and keep trying and hope that the proof of concept, hope that the market fit are all good things that will spur you onto the next milestone. My experience exporting my goods to the foreign market has been challenging as well. Traditionally, tea has always been looked at as a bulk export. So all of the infrastructure that's set up is set to help companies who have farms and export in bulk. So someone like me who's selling retail packages of 50 grams and gets interests from, several Western countries, it's been quite a challenge finding how to go and get the correct registration and not have to pay really expensive and exorbitant amounts to be able to export small quantities of tea. So it has ended up being a very laborious process where I need to get a certificate for every single package I send abroad, and then not to mention the cost of shipping. I think that policy needs to be looked at because we tend to like to remain with systems that were set up really post independence, and so we're not moving with the times and actually looking at online businesses and creating the systems that would help businesses like me that are small, because at the end of the day, in a month, I'm not exporting thousands of kgs, at best getting to a couple hundred kgs. And so what would make sense is if the government re-looked at the different ways tea can be exported abroad. potential clients can reach me on my website, which is www.drinktco.com, and across social media platforms at drinktco.